Well, as anyone but me could have predicted, my baby is asleep. And according to my wife, when she's not asleep, she is mad that she's not. So, rather than disturb her, I will disturb you. We are playing Oaken Tower. It is a very good game that you have not heard of. Came out. Sheesh. I don't know. Within the last month. I've played it a lot. I am currently a grandmaster, which I don't know if you've heard of chess, but that is where they got it from. And I'm ranked 427 in the world. But wait, you may say, I've never heard of this game. How do I know there aren't 433 players? How do I know the lowest rank is not grandmaster? You don't. And you never will. These are my perks. These are the perks I can choose from. I have not unlocked all of them because I don't care. I find them annoying. Not annoying, but I know it's crazy for like chance is a ingredient of this genre. I know that. And yet I find variance unfun, which is crazy because I have played literally millions of hands of poker. And it's one of my favorite games. And I don't know. Variance is the enemy. Entropy. Heat death. I don't want it. Speaking of heat death, do we want fast attacks or multi-attack here? The way I've dealt with the perk thing is just the only perks I use are ones that give me a slot. In games like this, you have a lot of choices to make, and a lot of them are about the same EV, to borrow from poker. Expected value. So rather than spend time perseverating over which one is 1%, which of the two choices is 1% better, I'd rather just have the board tell me. Right now, I'm thinking poison because it scales no matter what. Okay. Yeah, the meta at the grandmaster level is everybody just doesn't buy anything the first round, and they just level up to get more HP. And one thing that I think is an interesting design decision that I don't know that I'd agree with in this game is that a tie is a win for the active player, right? These are all human beings builds, but they're not necessarily currently playing. It's like backpack battles in that way. Unless backpack battles worked a different way. I don't know. So this is interesting. This is actually probably the fastest trigger here. And it is a source of 15 gold per day. You have to sell it to realize the gain, but then you have to pay taxes. The capital gains taxes, thanks to Republicans, very low in this country. I paid more in taxes, percentage-wise, when I was making $12,000 a year as a freelancer, because, you know what, let's not get into it. Elven has a lot of poison. Elven also has good multi-attack. We have a multi-attack slot, or a slot that will enjoy multi-attack later. Everybody's just kind of like getting ready for later. I just like to win all of them. I like to win 10 times in 10 days. That's right around the time they start to get their builds online. And I'm like, thank you for the ELO. I hope you have better luck with your next opponent. Okay. Cool. This triggers every time we heal. We heal. What is this? Yeah, this isn't... this doesn't scale fast enough as you upgrade it. So I think I want to go a different way. So I'm going to say this guy. We're going to hang on to this until we... Even after we run out of space, we're probably going to keep playing it until we have poison or something else that scales on this. And then we can cut this loose. Okay. So now we wait. And we're going to win because this is another preparatory item. You like how I'm caressing it? This spits out potions, but as a weapon, it's dog shit. I bet he has either a telescope or something else that doesn't do a lot of damage. He might have a, why am I guessing? He might have a common bow or something. Okay, he's got this guy. Yeah, he hasn't had time to build this up. He does have a telescope, also known as a spyglass. These don't really start to be useful until they hit around the 60% crit mark, which they do as soon as you upgrade them. Yeah, so he's just farming mats, farming gold, giving us the dub. Or is he? He is, because we have poison in his scales. The absolute worst way to do damage in the early game is damage. Debuffs are the move. We take shielding because it scales. 10% of HP is shield. We thank you, Jesus, baby, Jesus, Lord. You guys ever heard of that guy? Do I? Will he or won't he? Does he or don't he? Okay. Yeah. We wait. Oh, I forgot to let. Chubba-da-ba-ba. I don't think we have the HP to win this. Also, we don't have the poison. We don't have anything to win this. So, that's cool. This thing doesn't do any damage yet. Doesn't do any nothing yet. Now it does something. Sure. I would have liked that. That would have been good. Okay. So this triggers twice. This triggers once. This triggers once. Which means 4 extra triggers for this every time we go through a cycle. See, another prepper, right? I'm also prepping. I'm also just winning. Kind of. I can't decide if I want the meta to catch up with what I'm doing or because I would like to solve another problem now, please. I've mostly solved this problem. Of this current meta. I like to win. You know what? I don't know what the meta is. I have not been to the top of the mountain. So maybe it's different up there. We shall see. Now, do we want pots? Yes. Do we want a lot of them? Yes. We want heals for our heals. Sorry, shield for our... I don't like shock. Shock requires massaging. It does 20 DPS as long as there is a single shock. 1 shock stack does 20 DPS. 50 shock stacks does 20 DPS, right? Because it just ticks down and does 20 damage each time until you buff it. So it's great early game when 20 DPS is almost impossible to get. and it slurps dong the rest of the time because you need to scale it from day one basically. Do I grab these and save them for a witch? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we use just enough pots to stay alive until we find a witch wand or a bat. It's called a bat because I don't know what it's called. It's the dark bow that gains 3 multicast every round. Okay then. I've learned my lesson. Everything is easy. Everything's beautiful and nothing hurts. You press control, your inventory will stack itself. And if it stacks itself. So here's the thing. We only want, honestly, yeah, okay. We want this to heal because it's going to trigger a shit ton. We want exactly one. We want to spend as little healing potions as possible on this. Because now, every time this triggers, it triggers this. Eventually, it will trigger it twice. I think unless we get really unlucky, we went out. Cut the cooldown on this. Stupid shock sucks. Let's hang on to this in case we need to give something else heal. But takes everything else. And then we might not win the next one, but I think we're good after that. Yeah, this guy's just getting online. This will eventually be great, but not yet. See, this is what I mean. I'm like, we're scaling almost evenly with him, and he lost. Sorry, what? Don't worry about it, brother. You know what? We wouldn't have lost if we... It's... grumble, grumble. How much flame we doing? About as... I'm gonna freeze this. See how the flame shakes out in our build. If we have a big accumulation of it, I might grab one of these. Will I? My ability to not know what's going on in my build is unparalleled. Should I have leveled? Yeah. Yeah. We're still good, but... How much fire damage? Basically, okay, we don't need that at all. 700 heal, 735 damage. This is doing good damage. And should heal, but that doesn't matter because we're just trying to trigger this. This is doing a fuck ton of poison, dog. Shoot. Shucks darn. Fuck. Shit, piss. Okay. So we're leaning on this pretty heavily right now, so we don't want to get rid of it. Do I want to die in 2 losses or die in 3 losses? I want to die in 3 losses. That's money. That's free rerolls. That's poisson. Not to be confused with poisson, which I believe is French for being a real wimp. Schlemiel. Schlemazel. Why am I not leveling? Why? IDK. I'm tempted to even go again, dude. We go next. Am I in trouble? Yes. Lots of armor. And it doesn't matter because poison is good. Okay. We like money. I like gummy bears. I like gummy worms. I like candy. And I like money. Those are my faves. What do we need? We need a rares. We need rares and leggies. Okay. I can work with this. I can work with this. Does this heal? I'm a fucking idiot. I should have been healing with this. Okay. Now. Bing bong. That triggers this. Also triggers this. We want cooldown down on this. I don't think we win the next round without a significant upgrade, but I'm not going to roll until I see 2 of these. That's very silly. So I'll just maybe lose. Might just lose, dude. Wish I'd saved that healing potion for this, but that's okay. Fuck yeah. My goodness. My goodness gracious. So I'm happy about that because I get to put multicast on. Wait, where did it go? Wasn't this good before? Maybe that was last time. Oh, we went. Okay. Again, I did not look at the other person's build to see if it was weak or if I'm actually not behind. So this, each time this triggers, this goes 13 times. So this is 2 times 26 times 2 times 26 plus, I guess that's 50 something. Okay, so we want multi on this rather than this, even though it already has 1. Now it has 2, baby. Freeze, we wait for this, and then we're 1 away from doubling our everything. I think if we lose this, we roll down, but we don't lose this, so we don't. Yeah, this is triggering so much that I think the damage is going to be good. I don't want it. Thank you for letting me look at some yellow numbers. I don't need any of that, thanks. We just want this. That's all we want. We get way stronger as soon as we get it. No. See, a lesser man would take this. But come on, dog. Do we really roll down to 40? There we go. This triggers this 2 times, which triggers this, and also triggers this 2 times. And then it keeps triggering until everybody's triggered. Okay. Yeah. I think that should go crazy. And then I can throw this back in when I take the potions out, which I will never do. I'm gonna be honest. I see a dark build before day 9. I like slam dunk, easy game. I win. Day 11 is right when they start to come online. Yeah. Sick. Just kidding. Show me what you got, pork chop. Yeah, he's got the poisson. You know, they left it out on the field. I played their hearts out. I love these boys. Could have asked for more from them this season, but they just suck. What are we even looking for? Level up, that's what we're looking for, though. So, the problem appears to be that we don't pop off until about 5 seconds into the run, by which time I'm a chorps. So either we get tankier or we roll way the fuck down, or both. So this can go because we want this and this. Oh, okay. Well, how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do is we win. I think there's like a cap on how many times this can trigger, and we're probably past it. Like how many times per second this can trigger. Spray and pray, bro. And we're cooked. All of that. Alright. A little sliver of Elo, a little slice of that Elo pie. On to the next one.